Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as the mighty kingdom, or, well, I guess technically we're a kingdom, but rather the Serene Republic of Venice. So we just picked a fight here with Savoy and Siena. We called France into the war, so this should be rather easy, and the goal will be to take both Piedmont and Novara, ideally. Mainly to extend my control of Italy even further. We're not going to, of course, form Italy, at least till we get the Venetian achievement, because I really want to get that one. But we need more development, and we might as well expand now rather than having to wait for the Ottomans to come kill us later on. So I think the other thing I'm going to do is try to shift a little bit more towards a fully mercenary army, more than I already have. In terms of, like, foot soldiers, cavalry and cannon, obviously, you always want to leave as your actual troops because they take a lot less casualties, so you don't need to reinforce them as much. In case you guys didn't know that, I assume you do, but for anyone who doesn't, there's a nice little tip for you. We also have a couple more ideas to go before we're done religious ideas, which will be amazing. I'm thinking, though, I'm going to shift away from military focus towards admin for now, although it's going to change whenever this guy dies, but we don't really need, what was it, 15 military points a month? Not when we're already ahead of time in tech. I'm also going to start spending some of those monarch points, improving the population of these territories, because they have a lot of development, but it's mostly tax and production. Not so much manpower. See, Venice 2029, I'll put one in there now just to round it out to 50. Obviously, I did most of this. I've improved this 19 times. Wow. Tells you how high a development province Venice is already. 31. Let's snag that. We're also looking at printing press soon. We actually have an option of getting this. So hopefully we'll snag that. I would like to get the printing press. It'd be cool to found it. I don't think we have any other of the institutions, right? We didn't get... Yeah, we didn't get the Renaissance, sadly. Oh well, it happens. But hopefully we'll get the next one. And then after that, I believe we are looking at global trade. We have the highest valued trade node in the world right now, which is amazing. 37. Okay. English Channel's not a real rival. The real rival is Genoa. The Genoa trade node. Or Genoa trade node. I might just leave France to solve that issue and go take out Siena's capital itself and the war a little bit faster. How is the fleet doing? I can upgrade the fleet. Okay, we need to do that. Especially if we're hoping to defeat the Ottomans at sea. We don't actually know how large the Ottoman fleet is, and it's slightly worrisome. Yeah, no indication of what it is there. On the other hand, our trade in Alexander is quite large. 27% there from, what, one province, pretty much? Lucky there. Our capital... Not our capital, our fort here is about to fall, though. That's not good. Let's do this quickly so they can't actually move out of that area. And then let's recapture it. Since we have an excess of monarch points, I can actually afford to spend energy on a barrage. And let's get some prestige. Prestige is not as necessary for Venice, seeing as we don't have to deal with all the other issues of a monarchy, but the prestige is nice. A little bit extra power projection, trade, and everything. Not bad. Savoy wants to offer peace. I want more than just that. I want those two pretty much at most. After that, we're looking at enemies. Sadly, my aggressive expansion versus the Ottomans leaves it to the point they could form a coalition against me. I don't think they will. They could. Yeah. That has fallen again. Is that enough? Ooh, that's really close. Okay, so a tiny bit more than we should get that. Looks like Dalmatia is going to stay intact. We are losing money here, though. I think... I don't know why we're entirely losing money. Probably because my fort... sorry, my naval force is 4 extra gold a month wasted due to all that. Plus this place was now devastated, so we're no longer getting the full bonus from the prosperity we had there before. Yeah, it should be enough for peace now. Yes, okay, I will take that. I'm not going to take any money or anything. Money is not a huge issue for us. I'm not going to actually be able to core these because we're low on admin power. That is another thing I have to do, is at some point take admin ideas so that we can actually afford to hold more land without a huge penalty. Okay, there we go. Let's get that cord. Another one is going to have to wait a little while. I really wish I knew why, as Venice, we are suffering so much war exhaustion. It's a little bit odd that there's so much of a struggle to manage war exhaustion as these guys. I like it that they have a penalty to that, is it? No. That's just weird. Oh well. Nothing to be done here. We could do this, but not worth doing till we have absolutism of the thing. The Ottomans have once again attacked the Mamelukes, so this is actually an opportunity for us. So I'm going to land them back in Alexandria and probably declare war on the Mamelukes, even though we are risking a coalition size of enemies over there, just because it's, while I have the opportunity, might as well try and take advantage of the Ottomans' actions. The big issue I foresee is if they go around me, because I wasn't able to gain control of all that territory. I might attack them now. Yeah. And if possible, I want to occupy this province. If this dies, not the end of the world, that one unit, because I just raised it. The key will be to own it, because then the Ottomans, I don't think they can take this because they don't actually have the coring range on it. I could be entirely wrong. I sure hope I'm not. But they might be able to take this. But as long as they don't take Egypt itself, I'm fairly confident that I can hold them off. Hopefully. That should solve some of my money problems, right? Or not. Okay. I've been having high-level advisors, and now I don't have one, so I figured I'd be making more, but it looks like I was wrong. Let's boost that to 20 as well. That's at 20. This could be boosted a couple. There we go. Waste a good amount of my military power. Get a little bit more development. A little bit. Not a lot. Not enough to really worry about it. Yes, I will allow the Ottomans military access for the moment. Not the biggest fan of it all. However, I'm hoping that maybe they'll take out these guys. I doubt it, but you never know. Really? I clearly need to raise some more transport ships. I can't afford to. Okay. That's annoying that it now takes 3 trips to transport all my units everywhere. There we go. That should be enough once it's built. The less trips, the better. We are technically outnumbered in this war, which is slightly worrisome. I'm going to hope the Ottomans beat them up enough that I can make a comeback here. Or else we're going to have to rely on the fact that we do have superior units. But I am very reluctant to rely on superior units, considering I've seen superior units lose, especially in Middle East. Those guys are dead, like I suspected it, but hopefully... Where's my fleet? Come on. Need my fleet to arrive. I just don't want the Ottomans gaining control of the vast majority of Egypt. Anything else kind of will work in my favor. Let's send... We'll send you this way. I want to occupy all that as well. The whole coast would be nice to take. The nice thing about Venice is I can technically have a ton of provinces so long as they're not actually in states. It's when they're in states I get the really annoying penalty. So if I can work around that, I should be pretty good. The other issue is, of course, just fighting my way through all their guys. But plutocratic should mean we have a morale advantage. Oh, no, no, no. Let's not pick a fight with them on the mountain range if we can avoid it. No reason to give them that much of an advantage to beating us. Okay. I was hoping the Ottomans would go beat up like Yemen or something for me, but I guess I was wrong. Hopefully we will stall out the Ottoman advance a bit. Looks like they're going to take out some of the Mamluk troops. This should give us an option to see how strong the Ottomans are. Interestingly enough, the Mamluks actually have higher discipline at the moment. The Ottomans don't seem to have any janissaries. Interesting. Hidden tactics though, and morale. 3.8. Do we have better than 3.8? We do. So technically our army is better on an individual unit morale basis than the Ottomans. So that's nice to know. Of course that won't help us in a direct war. You know, I think I might just lower that because it's not going down because I'm at war so much. For not to have to wait. The other option I have is I try and take all Dwarf here and cut them off there, although I'm concerned about that coastline. There's not much I can do about it though, that's the problem. Let's occupy the provinces here though, so... You to there. That way at least these provinces will be under my control. We're going to lose some stability. We will regain some stability. Put all those penalties towards stability. Ow. That's a lot. Declaration of Indulgence is causing me trouble. I don't think there's a way for me to revoke it now though. Oh well. A little bit better tolerance of heretics is not totally unjustified in Catholic Europe. Speaking of Catholic Europe. Reform Sweden. Can't say I've really seen Reform Sweden before. Lots of struggles with Protestantism in the lowlands and in Italy itself. Germany is not completely going one way or the other yet. Kind of divided, which should mean over time it's going to go Protestant though. Let's take out Hissen Kefa. And then figure out what we can get. I almost want to wait until the war against the Ottomans is over for the Mamluks and they peace out. That way I can actually figure out how much I can take. But at the same time, I do have to be aware of the fact that there's likely to be a coalition versus me. Do that. How bad is that? Not terrible. Bad is that. It's all kind of how bad is the penalty if I do other stuff. And then if I do that, that might be acceptable. Maybe, we'll see. I really want to take these two provinces. Even if I give up this coastline, I want to take those two so the Ottomans can't break south into the Red Sea. Gulf of Suez and all that mess. Let's barrage. Okay. They're actually reoccupying provinces. Ugh. How are the Ottomans doing? 59 war score versus them, and I've got a 24 alone on my own. Yemen might be peaceable at some point. We might have to march down there and actually occupy their lands. Yemen's a pretty powerful nation. If you ever want to have fun playing around here, if you can unite Yemen, you're really strong. Very powerful little nation. Rebels, okay. Do that. That would not be a bad move, I don't think. Yeah, let's just do that. Not ideally what I want, and it's a pretty bad on border gore. If I was to rate border gore. But it is our land, so that does give us an opportunity to hold off the Ottomans a bit more. The most they can take is right here for now, although they could take down here. I don't think they will. They don't actually have claims on a lot of it. So hopefully that will stall out the Ottomans' advance. I entirely expect them to take at least these two. I wouldn't be surprised if they take some on that coast. Which will be frustrating. You're going to end up going to there, aren't you? Let's do it this way. There we go. That way my armies are actually joined up. When we reinforce, we really spend money reinforcing. 19 gold for reinforcement. Yeah, I definitely need admin ideas for the reduced mercenary maintenance. Pragmatism would help a bit too. Especially if a good portion of our army is going to stay mercenaries, which I entirely expect it will. For most of the game, because Venice does not have a huge manpower pool. Let's mothball forts so I don't actually go into debt if I can help it. And it looks like I'm going to actually get to the point where I need to split my army in two, which is interesting. Wrong army. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, another conquest of the Mamelukes. A little bit more land gained. We're now the fourth great power. We are catching up to the Ottomans in size, actually, although they're going to get a huge boost down here soon. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do on that fact. Or do about that fact. However, I should be able to take over more of the trade in this region. 39, okay. I could probably, yeah, I'm protecting trade there, which is good. And we are coring all of those. I think that's a good spot for a country to be in. It's interesting that the Ottomans are not actually crushing these rebels because I didn't give them military. Got it! Perfect. The Mamelukes are safe. The Ottomans are unable to have taken this coastal provinces. Either unable or unwilling. It's kind of a toss-up. Which means, theoretically, and I know people are loving that, the Mamelukes are ours for us to conquer. At some point I could release them as a vassal or something and try and get trade power from them. We have now been rivaled by the Ottomans. Not particularly happy about that. But that's just the way it goes. Let's get improved relations with pretty much nobody other than Portugal and Castile. Obviously at some point we want to take out Aragon, but that's going to be multiple years until that's available and safe to do. Let's re-raise our fort and see how much trouble my economy is actually in. barely positive. Wow. Okay. Biggest issue is the naval force limit at the moment. The other thing we'll have to do as Venice is probably actually take quantity ideas, which is unusual to do on a non-large nation, just so that we can actually field an army capable of fighting the Ottomans. Well, if they attack me, they're going to be fighting quite a bit of Europe, which is my hope. They're going to be fighting this, plus my trade league, which, speaking of trade leagues, I haven't actually checked up on that in a while. Invite to trade league. I can actually add Hiss and Kaifa to it, even though they are Muslim. That is kind of hilarious. We now have a Muslim in our trade league. Considering there are no Muslim trade leagues, that is impressive, to say the least. There really should be an achievement for Muslim trade leagues. Be a merchant republic as them. Be rather cool. Of course, they do get theocratic monarchies or whatever it is. I still have a free merchant I don't know what to do with. It's slightly problematic. What do you do with an extra merchant when you can't really... Oh wait, I can divert trade here. There we go. I do have a purpose for them. Problem solved. Let's divert some more trade into Venice. Not a huge amount, but it should have boosted our income again. 42 gold from trade. How much of that is our total income? 55% of my income comes from trade. Okay, I cannot afford to lose my trade cities then, or my trading territories to the Ottomans. Luckily, these two forts I took here, Damascus and Al-Qarak, make it so the Ottomans can't actually march through this area. Whoa, what's going on here? Hungary inherited Württemberg. Oh, who cares? It's one province, but they're going to be a huge fight over it. Lorraine versus Savoy. Oh, and Lorraine and Savoy versus Hungary, Württemberg and Genoa. Not really that bad, actually. Obviously, I'm not involved in it, and I have no intention of being involved in it, because who would want that? Really need 200 or some odd power so I can tech up there. Ah, free stability. Nice. The other thing I'm noticing, we're actually getting a fair amount of innovation, aren't we? 1% discount. Not bad, not bad at all. Especially when you include the 10%, 5% from individual creeds, and we've got a 6% discount on our idea groups. The one I want is the finisher may convert in territories. That will be a real game changer for us. Actually, it'll probably allow me to shift some of these provinces I own out of states if I don't want them there. Like Albania here, Durazzo. Great province, not entirely worth it having what we do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically, we could try and get to Find Financials, own 8 level 3 centers of trade, because we do have enough merchants to do so. We probably also control enough centers of trade. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, we should have enough. We've just got to get there, obviously. And that is a lot easier said than done. But that will be it for this episode. So we have successfully, it seems, cut off the Ottomans from expansion further into the Middle East, at least southern Middle East. We are almost at 560 development. Ottomans are at 800. We have France on our side, we have Castile on our side, and we have poor little Poland on our side as well. Poland is 1, 14, 15, 16... No, they're one idea away. No, they're 3 ideas away from actually being a military threat again. The one right after the one they have 10% regiment cost makes them significantly stronger, at which point it might be time to start considering offense versus the Ottomans. Let's see, if I were to attack them, no one would join. That one's solely based off trust. This is the issue. Attitude towards enemies. France loves the Ottomans, as does Poland, oddly enough. Anyhow, that will be it for me. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.